Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. And how about you?
Yes, I'm good as well. Thank you. So you say what about you?
Yeah.
Okay. Or you can
Okay.
how are you or anything.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, okay. So I think we have already met before, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if we've already met before, so we can directly go through the session notes. Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
did you go through the session notes?
Uh, yeah.
Okay,
In
so
fact,
can you tell?
yeah. It is about
Mm-hmm.
secrets to professional success.
Yes,
Right.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. Yes. So, and everyone wants to become successful. And we all have different definitions of success if you go to see. Correct.
Right. Right.
Everyone thinks of success in a very different way. So, how do you define success, or what does success mean to you?
Uh, for me, it's like finding your niche. Whatever you want to do, if you are able to find your niche and enjoy your life, that is called success. And
Yes.
it, like we say, it can be defined in different ways. So somebody keeps a target for himself or herself, and if he
Mm-hmm.
reaches there, he feels successful for sure. So it's all about that. I mean, it it shall always be judged by those uh, I mean hardships, or those hardships that one has to go through to achieve whatever he has or she has achieved.
Correct.
So in that
Correct.
way, of course, success is the one thing that you find your niche, and you achieve your goal.
Yes. Correct. Correct. So, whenever you aim for something and you achieve that, you achieve your goal,
Right.
your dream, your aim, that time you are successful, or you have
Yeah.
become successful. Okay,
Right. Right.
yes, that is correct, that is correct. But has this definition changed through the years? Like, was this the same definition that you applied to back then, like let's say 5 to 10 years back? Was this the same definition of success, or did you have some other definition of success?
If I talk about myself, it was always the same. But if
Hmm.
we talk in general, I mean, it can be defined in different ways. Some people think that making money is all about being successful.
Hmm.
So make as much money as one can and then enjoy the life. So it differs in that way, and in fact, our society has been designed in that way. Like no matter what you are going to take, I mean, even if you are taking some course or something, people would ask the same thing to you. They won't ask you whether you are interested in that, whether you like that, whether you can do best in that, but they will first ask you if there is any scope in that subject. What will you do? How? What kind of salary would you get, and all that. So this
Yes,
is something that is, I mean, the general thing in our society, but it should not, because if we think only this way, nobody will be able to enjoy his or her life. Unless they enjoy their life, they are not going to do great. So it's always better to find your interest and then do something great in that, because if you are devoted in that, you are doing great, you will definitely achieve success.
yes, correct, correct. So, like you already mentioned that people only see that if you have money, if you are rich, you're wealthy, that means you are successful. So
Right.
a lot of times, it comes to our mind that yes, it might be true as well. Because if you are
Right.
working and you want to be successful, you want to live a happy life, you want to live a high standard life, so you have to have the resources. You need money to do
Right.
that. But that is not the only aspect of being successful. Correct.
Right. I
And
mean, that is the
yes,
important aspect, because we cannot
hmm,
deny that, but at
correct.
the same time, that is not the only aspect. Because
Hmm.
if we are not enjoying ourselves, if we don't feel satisfied, then what is the meaning of that success? No
Correct,
matter how
correct.
successful you are, you won't be able to enjoy your life, you won't be able to satisfy yourself. So in
Yes,
that case, for me, success would mean nothing to me.
yes, correct, correct. And yet, if you ask people around you, let's say your friends or um, friends, for example, so they'd be like, okay, if I get a very good job and I start earning a lot of money, I'll be successful. So even nowadays, the youth or this generation, when you ask them, they're only running behind money. So
Right.
you have a very different aspect to success, that achieving your
Uh,
dream is just being successful. But
right. Yeah.
have you ever been compared, like, to others' success by anyone, maybe by your family, or you yourself have compared to anyone, like your success and their success? Have you ever done that,
uh,
or anyone
no,
around you?
I have not done that, and neither my family. But of course, this is the general phenomena in our society. But we
Correct.
do compare. We generally compare with our neighbors, with our the children of our neighbors. So we do that, and that is not a good thing for sure, because, like I said, it is all about finding your niche. So different person has different set of abilities, and there might be having different dreams as well. So whatever they are doing, they should do their best, and they should think that, okay, I have to outperform me of yesterday. If they think that way, or they are doing great, definitely they will do something great, and they will achieve the great heights for sure.
Yes, yes,
It's like
correct.
comparing with yourself, not with others.
Yes, correct, correct. So there is something called as positive comparison, so that you can do better than what you were yesterday, right?
Right.
So that is something that has a positive impact on you. But when we talk about comparison in Indian society, it is from the start. Like
Yeah.
when you were a kid, that time you're compared to, like you mentioned, your neighbor's children. And
Yeah.
then, after that, maybe anyone in your surrounding, you are always being compared with your
Right.
siblings, with everyone around you. So I
Right.
think it also has a very negative effect
Yeah, of
because,
course. It
yes,
it it has. It has.
yes, because if people keep on telling you that you're bad, they won't directly tell you, but they'll just start comparing and they'll be like, okay, why can't you do this if she can do this, right?
Right.
So I think this also affects your mental health. And again, mental health is not a topic that we talk about more frequently, right?
Of
So
course.
I think
Yeah.
all of these things are interconnected, and you know um, if you are choosing to harm one of the topics, all of the topics will get damaged.
Right.
So
Right.
yes, I think that is what it would be. And like you mentioned, you have your own dream. So what is your dream? So we've been
Ah.
talking about successful, right? Being successful. So what is your dream?
So whatever the dream was that I could not chase, and I don't want to think about my past now, but I can certainly talk about my present, and where do I see myself 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line. So I need to work on that only, and uh, I can see only myself as an established teacher or tutor. Of course, I'm a private tutor. I told you in
Yes,
last
yes, I know.
session as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So that is the reason I'm working on English as well, so that I could establish myself as an established tutor uh, who has a name. It's not about fame, but of course name, and then uh, the children, whoever comes to him, gets satisfaction that yes, whatever I had to study, or whatever the way he had made me work on my subjects or my other aspects of life, I'm satisfied that I went to a good teacher.
Yes. Yes. And if the students are successful, you are
Yeah,
successful,
of
right?
course.
That
Yeah.
means that you've done your part well, and now that your students have, achieved their goals,
Yes.
so it means that you have done your best and you are successful. Correct.
Right. Right.
And so, in this journey of yours of being successful or achieving your dream, let's say, have you ever had to let go of certain friends or certain habits for your growth?
Of course. Like I I mean the way I told you that whatever my dream was, I couldn't chase that. So I was deeply connected with that, and
Hmm.
I had to let them go off. Unless I keep myself away from those things, I would not be able to focus on my present. So that is the one thing that I have done. But in case of person, I have not let anyone go off till now. That is not
Oh.
required for sure.
And any habits, like any bad
Yeah,
habits?
yeah. There's so many. I mean, like uh, I was a pessimist. So I whatever I used to do, I mean, I used to blame myself first. That okay, whatever I have I have done so many mistakes. Even though I had not got the opportunity to chase my dream, but I had gotten some or the other opportunity which I have failed in. So if I had controlled myself or my emotions in better way, I might have done great in those fields as well. So that is the one thing. And apart from that, other things also were there to make me a pessimist, but I am trying to let them go. Just don't think about anything that has been in my past. Just focus on present only, and then look forward to do
Yes, yes.
whatever I want to.
Yes. So, like you correctly mentioned, that it is very difficult to let go of your past, of something that
Yeah,
you were dreaming of, and then suddenly it comes to a halt, and you know you never, you don't know like how did this happen, and will you be able to achieve it? And then once you come to know that you won't be able to achieve it, you will have to choose another path. So that
right, right.
becomes a bit difficult to just you've been thinking about it every time all day and then for so many years, but now all of a sudden you just you can't do that.
Mm,
And
right,
letting go of your past, it's like so many memories you have, and so many things are related to it, and everything reminds you of that.
right,
Everything, even
right.
if you don't think about it, something or the other might happen that it will remind you of your dream, and that how
Yeah,
you were not able to achieve it. So
right.
I think you had to, I don't know if you're still holding on to that dream, but if you have already let go, let go on of it. So I think that's a very good thing, because if you are stuck with that, you won't be able to achieve this dream, right?
Right,
So
right.
you will have to let go of it.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yes. And what are uh like I asked you about your friends. Did you have to let go of any of your friends? So did any, you may be family or relatives or any loved ones affect your chances of success?
Uh, not not in that manner. I mean, I can not think of that way because whenever I think about whatever I have done till now, if any mistakes that I have made, who was the responsible? Only me, of course.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, we can always say that if the things were something else, maybe if the ambience, I would have got in a better way, I would have done that. But that is just an excuse because if you had some opportunity which millions don't get in our country, and you had one, so you should have uh, count on that. You should have make big of that. But I didn't, so of course it was me only, not the others. So I think this way, and I mean I have started thinking this way earlier. Like if I was pessimist, Of course, I used to think that way. That's why I'm explaining in this manner. And now I think that it was all because of me. I am the one. Because unless we
Hmm.
think this way, we are not able to accept that, okay, I have already lost. And where do I see myself from here onwards? So if I have lost, what were the mistakes that I had done? And where do I need to improve myself so that I could do whatever I want to do in my future? So this is the thing that I am following right now, and this is how I think, and that's why I would not take any name. No friend, no family members, no one.
Hmm.
It's all about me who made me
Yes,
fail, and it's all about me who might make me win and who could make me win, of course.
yes, yes. So you mentioned I have started to thinking about myself. So start. You don't say start. You say started.
Yeah,
I have started to think
did,
about.
did I say start? Maybe
Yes, I
slip of,
think yes.
maybe
I
slip
think
of
it was
tongue.
start, but
Yeah,
yes, started. Or I am starting to think it that way. Any of the two.
right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. And like a very good point that you mentioned that after making mistakes, people always try to find someone to blame it for. They do
right,
not want to take the onus of it. They do not want to take the responsibility of it. And they always, and for any or everything, they will always try to blame it on someone. If it's a good thing, then
right.
they'll say, yes, yes, I've done that. But if it's a bad thing, they'll always push it on to others. Like, okay, no, it
Of
wasn't
course,
my
of course.
mistake, it was his mistake, or it was her mistake.
Right,
And even when it comes to ourselves, we don't have to um, be answerable to anyone, but still, we tell, okay, maybe it was just the situation, or maybe it was coincidence that this happened. Maybe it was my
right,
luck that, this happened. But I think, like you already mentioned, that, we should start, pointing it to ourselves and, making us realize that it was our mistake. It was not
right,
anyone else's mistake. It was not the surrounding. It was nothing. It was us. So yes, that is a
right,
very good point that we should point to ourselves if we are making some mistake and not just run
mm,
away from that. So
right.
that is yes, correct. And so in this journey, obviously you might have been stressful at some or the other point, right? You might have encountered too much stress or you were worried about something. So how do you deal with that? What are some of the
Uh,
things that you do?
Almost every day, like you asked, that I might have gone through such and such hardship. Of course, almost every day I used to go through that. And even after, when I started feeling that, okay, I have to take the blame on me, uh, even after that, it was tough. It was tough to get over that. But of course, like I said, cricket and music has been my life. So they're very close one, dear ones to me. So whenever I used to feel dejected, I shifted to music, listening to music, or even watching the highlights of cricket matches. And then over a period of time, I would get to normalcy and start thinking about my future actions. So that were my go-to things in those situations.
Yes. Yes. So doing something that you like is always helpful in releasing your stress.
Right.
Yes. So it works both the ways. Like
Yeah.
it also passes your time and it makes you stop thinking about what you're worried about. So yes,
Yeah.
correct, correct. And so like you will mention that you want to become a tutor, a private tutor or a teacher. So and in the previous thing, like in the start of the session, we were talking about money and how the parameter is if you have money, if you are rich, you are successful. But as a teacher,
Right.
you won't be that successful, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if we are taking that into consideration that, as a teacher, you will not have that much money, right? You will have a
Of
small
course.
amount of money or salary. So, how do you feel about it? Do you think it in that way also sometimes? Like sometimes, like you mentioned, you always think about it as a positive thing that you want to achieve your dream. But like sometimes, it comes to your mind like, okay, maybe I could have, done something other than becoming a teacher because I won't get that much money in this profession. So do you ever,
uh,
this thought has ever come to your mind?
the first thing that money has never been a matter to me, and like I have never thought that way. Earlier, I didn't even think about that how much money I should make. But of course, like I said, it is a important aspect. We need money for sure, because if we are
Correct.
living in this materialistic lifestyle, and then of course we need some materialistic things as well to enjoy. If not enjoy, then at least to survive our life. So at least for survival, we need the money, and in case of enjoyment, of course, we need them as well.
Correct.
So if you are making that much which can satisfy you, it's always good. One should not be greedy, and I have never been greedy in that way. I mean, I don't think that, okay, unless I become a billionaire, millionaire, sorry, we should start from millionaire, that I won't be happy or I won't be satisfied. It's okay. Whatever money I'll make, if I'm able to enjoy my life, if I'm able to satisfy others with my service, and if I'm able to enjoy my life with that much money, I would be happy, or I would
Yes,
consider myself successful.
yes, yes, that's correct. Being, you know, successful also comes with satisfaction. If you are not satisfied with your success, then there is no point in being successful. Correct.
Yeah, right.
And do you think it's important to enjoy one's life in order to be successful? Because nowadays you see that, people are working so hard to earn money and be successful and get their dream jobs. And after, they keep on working, working, working. And after a point of time, when, let's say if they get retired or 10 to 20 years down the line, they feel that they have not enjoyed their life, right? They
Yeah.
will only been working, earning money, doing all the work or duties that they are titled to. So do you think it is correct or it is not correct?
uh, it cannot be answered in like black and white, of course, because it of course differs from person to person, what one's view is, how one perceives one's life. It all depends on that. So of course, in my case, or in fact in general case, I would say that people should always make time for himself, of course, because unless they are enjoying, they won't be able to be great at their work as well. It's not, if you are working all time, working and only working, you at some point of time you will get bored, and your life would sound monotonous. And of course, to come out of that, you need break, you need vacations, you need to enjoy yourself. So it's like when we think about all this, some people, I mean, the meaning of enjoyment is also different, differs
Correct.
from person to person. Like for some, it is their life, whatever they are enjoying or not. For some, it is like if they have children, so whether they are fulfilling their children's desire or not. So they find enjoyment in that only. And
Correct.
a vacation of 1 or 2 days in a month would be okay for them. So it all depends from person to person. And of course, everyone needs that time for themselves.
Yes, correct, correct. So yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And do you think that we learn from our mistakes is correct, like this
Yeah,
statement?
of course,
And
of course.
have you practiced it in your real life?
Yeah, of course. Like I was explaining that I was pessimist, I used to blame others, and then I started thinking that, okay, I will have to take this on me. So, of course, it is my experience that whatever I am learning these days, I have experienced something from my mistakes, and then, of course, everyone learns this way.
Yes, yes. Learning from one's mistake or even learning from others' mistake. is
Yeah.
also, quite beneficial, and people should do that. And
Yes,
it
of
is
course.
not just,
And
yes, yes, continue.
I mean, learning from others' mistake is something that is more uh, vibrant these days. Like we have TED talks and all, so we listen to
Hmm.
others and their experience and all. So to find out whether how come they become successful, whether whatever they have done, what kind of mistakes they avoided, or what kind of routine they followed. If I can get something out of there, so these are the things that is more. I mean, in our culture these days. That's why this, of course, this TED talks and all is booming, and of course the market of the media
Yes.
and YouTube
Hmm.
even.
Yes, correct, correct, correct. And while looking at being successful, sometimes people also neglect their health, right? So,
Yeah,
do you think health is quintessential when it comes to your personal growth? Or do you think it is not that important? It is not that essential?
of course it is essential, and like it is said that health is wealth. So
Hmm.
unless you are healthy or you are fit enough to work, you won't be able to do anything else. So everybody should think about being fit as a fiddle, of course.
Yes. Being fit as a fiddle. Correct, correct. And nowadays that, the youngsters, this generation is so much crazy about their personal fitness that they started going to gyms and, posting
Yeah.
videos and everything. So I think they have been going to the gym maybe to impress others or just to, take care of their health. But I think it is working both ways, whichever they choose.
Right,
So,
right.
yes. Okay, so we are almost done with our time. We have 1 minute left. Do you have any
Yeah.
questions? Anything you want to ask?
Uh, Nothing. I mean, I can't find anyone right now, but I would like to ask you, where do you see yourself in future, 5 years down the line?
In 5 years down the line, I see myself teaching kids. I
Oh,
mean, I see myself in a school, and I think I would even see myself married because I don't want to wait for too long.
okay.